Hi, everyone. Can you see me and hear me okay? I'm just using the sound off the laptop right now. Whoops. There we go. There. Okay. Hang on. I'll try to give you guys as good a visual as I can. It's not that easy with this. I'm currently sitting on a dining room chair and I have the gooseneck thing with the webcam in it on the chair next to me. Okay. This pale color might be too hard to see for you two, but I will need to use it first. It's color number 26. DMC. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining. Whoops. I wouldn't have bumped the camera with my glasses. Ugh. Come on. One goes there. It's a very, very pale, lilac-y sort of color. Because down in this area, there's a bow coming in on the spider web. I'll show you the mock-up in a minute. Kim says, I have an overabundance of Halloween fabric, so I'm dividing it with a friend. That's a good idea. I have a bit of a Halloween fabric stash, too. I make table runners periodically or, different things. Use it up a little bit. That does not want to go. There we are. Oh, sorry. The camera is like right there. If I bump it, I'm sorry. I have to be able to see what I'm doing too. There's a fine line here. Okay. Mark my stitches off. It's probably hard to see Pattern Keeper here, but that's what I'm using. There we go. So next, there's 3 on that other next row. This color is like the highlight on the bow because it's sort of a darker grayish bow as opposed to the black spider web. I thought I would do this one because I've been stitching Halloween sort of theme projects on the 13th and the 31st of the month, which is how I got a bunch of this spider web done. That was my glasses again, sorry. And with Monday coming up being the 13th, I will probably stitch on it a little bit on Monday. All of the Quilters Challenge videos are up today. Some people haven't uploaded theirs yet, but most of us have. So you can check mine out and check out everybody else's. But dummy me forgot everybody's link. Duh. So just look for that little logo of Quilters Challenge and you'll see what everyone's doing. The challenge was by Michelle. Oh, damn it. Sorry, everybody. So either sit on the bed and wiggle or bump it with my glasses and wiggle. Having a problem here. Oh, now my throat's all mucked up. Yoo-hoo. There we go. Yeah, in order to get you guys to see, I have to have it right here, but it like the chair is right at my elbow, and so is the camera is right beside my face. So if I bang into it, my apologies. How did the Hunter Star go, Kim? You got that finished, didn't you? I think Joe is still finishing up her live, so there might be a few people straggling in later on. Okay, this one goes on either side of that grid line. And there's 3 more, and I think that's probably going to be the end of this thread. I didn't use a very big piece of this for some reason. I'm not sure why. There's not loads of it, though. There's actually only 313 stitches of this left, and I've maybe done like 20 so far. There's not a lot of this color in the pattern. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Mark off those 3. And those 3. Now there's 307 left. Whoops. There, stay that way. Now, right underneath here, there's a big long line. It's right. Okay, if you can see this, I'm going to do a pin stitch. I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube lately. And because there's the same color right about here, I'm just going to go up kind of in the middle of one of the squares. I do an itty bitty little stitch back and down in the middle of the square, so it's very small. I'm going to stitch over it with that color, so you're not going to be able to see it. And we'll cut the end off. All right, there's a little bit more of that color to do around the bow. Put it aside for the time being. It's a coffee. Kim says the blocks are all pieced and trimmed. I laid them out yesterday, got it like I wanted, then stacked rows to sew together. It's all sitting beside my machine. Awesome. I guess it's just me and you a little bit, Kim. But I know people are busy, so that's okay. The replay will be kind of a stitch with me kind of deal. I hope the light is half decent. I got the overhead light on, and right off to my left is a big window that is open. Today is our last nice day. Ferris, no. He just heard something outside. He's looking out the window. So I apologize in advance if you hear dogs barking. I don't live in a vacuum. My husband's downstairs working, but the door is shut. So hopefully I don't disturb him. The light is great. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, it's not too bad actually in here. At least it's a nice day. But that's going to change later on. There's like, you can see faint cloud. We call it marine cloud around here because all our weather systems come off the Pacific Ocean. So that those high wispy clouds. Hi, Gladys. Gladys, the confident quilter, has joined us. Thank you for coming along. So yeah, you can see up in the high stratosphere, the little wispy clouds. That's the change of weather system. Because by late tonight and overnight, we're going to get rain again. But it's been really nice and springy, like way before Easter weekend even. We've had about 10 days of really nice weather. People have been mowing lawns. My daughter and I walked the dogs on the weekend. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know Pattern Keeper too well, can you see the green highlight? That's the color I was just doing. See, it says color 26 with a little star. 307 stitches left. Now, if I press this searching button right there, Then I can click on another symbol, like the hearts that's right next to it. And that is color 413, a really dark gray. And this kind of shows the color. This little mark here shows the color of the thread. So now I have to follow where all the little hearts are. So there's one up here. The bow turns out looking sort of like dark grayish. I'll show you guys the mock-up in a moment once I get some of this done. I put it in the thumbnail. I can't remember where I bought this pattern from, chart, whatever you want to call it. It was back in the fall. It was like something like $12 Canadian. Might have been 9 something US. I don't remember. It wasn't that expensive anyway. And another one down here. This is a really, really dark kind of steel gray. It's not that much different than black, really, but I think by the time the bow is like all done, it will show up different enough. Sometimes you just have to do the stitching and then take a look with it farther back and go, oh, that's what it looks like. Sometimes, like with quilts, right? You're just sort of in the moment and sewing away, and then you don't know what it looks like, and then you lay it on a table or a bed or put it up on your wall or something and go, aha, you know? Okay, and there's 2 there, so I did that right on that bit. Again, this is not a large piece of thread. I don't really like having big, long pieces of thread. They just get knotted. And that is frustrating. So I don't do that. It means changing threads more, obviously, but come on. Why do I not find that hole? Hang on, glasses off momentarily. Because it doesn't want to find the hole. There. I don't stitch two-handed because I don't have a frame set up. If I did nothing but cross stitch, I probably would invest in a frame setup, but I only do it sometimes, so it's not really worth it for me. And this isn't terrible for camera angle and stuff. It was better up on the bed because I could have the little gooseneck thingy higher. You could sort of see over top of me rather than over my left shoulder, but it was too wiggly. So, whoops. I squiggled it. See, now there's 2. Can you see the buttons? The search button is the one you find. The mark button is how you mark off what you've done. See how I have it marked like a little pen? So you click on when you did, and it shows up in purple. And then another one I did, and it shows up in purple. And another one I did shows up in purple. You can change this marking color in your settings however you want it, by the way. So I've done all those. I haven't done the next 3, but I've done the singletons there and 2 there. So they're all marked and they're all in purple. And then you click that check button and they're stitched. It's a pretty cool app. Kim says I got a pair of frames from a local cross stitch shop. I really like them for cross stitch and regular embroidery. Yeah, that'd be good, Kim. This is an old Q-snap I've had for like 25 years. And I just hold it. Occasionally, depending what I have, and obviously I'm not filming, I can like sit at a different spot on the table and sort of like brace the top part of it against the table and have it like this, and then I can kind of stitch two-handed, but that doesn't work all the time. You can faintly see a hoop mark here too, because I did put this in a hoop last time I was stitching it. So I will stitch more on this on Monday because, again, it's the 13th. Now, obviously, April does not have a 31st. So by the end of April, when I do my April floss tube, I will just show you progress thus far that I've been doing on this, like over the sort of winter, spring. Hang on, that looks weird. Just a second. Yeah, just hold on. I don't want to pull that stitch out. Okay, that looked funny. All right, let's try this again. That one's better. Okay, we'll go this way. Down instead of up. Okay. Kim says I have a pair of the Q-snap frame. One is 17 inch square, the other is 9 inches. They can be used together too. And I do that with some quilting projects. I keep this size. I know it's a little big right now. So it's like 11 by 17-ish. And when I was doing that hand quilting of that medallion quilt a few years ago, I used this. Worked pretty good. Okay, so now I have a little gap where I have more of those star symbols coming in. So I'm going to take the dark gray down here on this side rather than going all over the place with it. So I'll go down underneath these two black ones over here. Some more coffee first before it goes cold. We have a reasonably quiet weekend coming up this weekend. So I will probably get a bunch of sewing done. I'm trying to get the June Quilters Challenge project ready to go. I don't really think I'm going to finish the project. You'll see what I mean when my video comes up, because Kim for sure, and Gladys, I know you've been around my channel for a while, so you will know immediately what's going on when you see that video in June. Okay, one more down to that gridded line there. I make little grid intersections with heat erase pen, just so where I kind of know where I'm going, in a 10 by 10 block. There, and that's getting a bit unruly. So this one I'm actually going to tuck back underneath. I'm not going to pin that one. I sometimes don't with dark fabrics, just in case. Or dark threads, I mean. There. There we go. So there's 3 there down to the grid line. Okay. Whoops, not that one. There. I have a Samsung phone. That is why Pattern Keeper works on it. Kim says, so far the smallest stitch count I work with is 14 count Ada, old eyes. Yeah, kind of the same, Kim. This is 14 count. The two monochromes, I always forget which is which. I wrote them down. I have a little book that I write down my projects in, and I wrote them down when I started the project, what count it was. I think the sewing machine is on 16 count, and the ornaments on 18 count, I think. And Yippee Ki is 18 count, that dyed blue. But I bought the fabric from Darcy, and the same as the chart from Darcy. So for that one, I genuinely take my glasses off. And I often do, if I'm doing like 2/2 on Lugana or something on even weaves, I quite often take my glasses off for that too. They're progressive and they don't really have great vision for really close up. But sometimes I'm also the projects like up here, like, I can't see. There. Okay, so back to these purpley ones here. I'm going to get one stitch going here. One sec. And then I'll show you the mock-up better. Hold on. I did say I was going to do that, and I haven't yet. So let me just start this row here, because it's a big, long row of 7, pardon me. I'm tucking this one from the back. That's force of habit. I always just go to the back. I started stitching in like the mid-90s, so I do it that way. It's muscle memory. Kim's been so busy trying to get some quilts done, I haven't even picked up my cross stitch. Yeah, I'm going to be hit and miss with the cross stitch this month, just because of that. So there might be April's floss tube video might be short. Okay, so if I go this way, I think I might see it better. View mock-up. Okay, there. Can you guys see that? So I'm doing this part of the bow here. The spider web is basically finished. I have a little bit more I got to do over here, but then the bow comes down there. So there is some more black too, but some of the black is the bow and not the spider web. And then I got this kind of muddy green. It's 523, I think, and it comes down there and a little bit over here. And then eventually I'll get down in the bat and the pumpkin. This one over here it needs a bit more of this gray here. Some of the green with the leaves and stuff. And then I'm basically into the ghost after that. It's cute, isn't it? I just work on it once in a while. Okay. So actually, I think this is called the Danish method. I don't know. My grandma showed me how to cross stitch a million years ago, and this is how I do it. If you're doing a row, I do only one leg of the stitch. Can you see that? I'm sorry, again, a very light color. My friend Yogi calls this air stitching because it doesn't look like you're actually doing anything. Like if you're stitching with white or something, Okay. So I'm going to go across these 7 stitches across here for this row. And then I want to show you what I'm going to do next, because I don't really want to travel on the next row that much. I don't want to waste the thread because, again, this is not a big piece. So, okay. I'm doing that big row right there. And then you see there's these ones over here. I'm going to do the first leg of this one, this row here, there's 4 stitches, and the first leg of these 3 stitches here. And then I'm going to go back, finish that row, finish the row 7. And that'll basically kill this thread off. So we have to go under by 2 because there's 4 here next to this one. But it doesn't touch the grid line. Okay, correct. Everyone's busy this Friday. Me and Kim and Gladys. So Gladys, what are you working on? Kim was saying she's got her Hunter Star all stacked up ready to go next to her machine. There's those 4. Angle the thread. That gives you less knots. Just kind of twists itself. And then this one is 3 up to this red. Or pardon me, this black. Ah, there we go. Yes, I can't even talk. I'm looking at the red mark and thinking of stitching. No, the stitch itself is black. There we go. Come on. There. I'm trying to stitch like as much as I've marked, essentially, bring it all down to here. This is horizontal grid row 30 right here. So that's sort of the aim. And then eventually I will go back over this side and bring this down because this right here is horizontal grid row 60. So I got to do all the black, the gray and the green and bring it down farther this way. The ghost starts right about here-ish. But that's a lot of white and 712 and colors like that. 3865, etc. You can use the Pattern Keeper app to show you where all the colors are of one color, because some people actually they complete one full color. Hi, Mona. Thanks for joining us. Mona did what? How are you doing? Let me go back across this row and I'll show you what I mean. I don't think I would ever do like all of the black at once. I would drive myself mad doing that, but some people do. You know, whatever works, right? Or you can at least see where it, like if you don't think you have any coming up, then you can zoom out a bit and look and it'll show you, oh, there's a little bit down there or something like that. Yeah, I gotta do a heck of a lot more before this actually looks like a bow. Mona says, I've been going through fabrics as well, mostly pinks. Not sure what to do with blue. Gray, Mona? Pink and gray looks good, or brown even. I know that sounds weird, but it actually does look okay. I'm just gonna get enough out of this thread. It's gonna be close. Oh, here comes the recycling truck or something. Not sure who's coming along. But if you hear banging noises, oh, sorry, I bumped the chair again. That would see my elbow bumps the chair or my face bumps the camera. Mona says I like pink and brown, but just did those. Oh, okay. I guess it depends what the pink is too. Right? If it's a bright pink, you could go with like lime green or something, but it depends what you're sort of looking for. Okay, let's tuck this one down here just because I feel like it. Okay. There's that one. Okay, let me mark those ones I did. Those 7 there, those 4 there, those 3 there, you 2, and click. Voila. Now, okay, for example, see up, I can show you, doesn't want to focus. See up here where it lists the threads. If you click on that, it gives you a list. I have it by number of stitches left. See, like color 580, I only have 150 left. Color 3072, I only have 201, etc. You can order them by color number if you want to. That's that button there. So, for example, let's pick one. There's quite a bit of, like, black, for example. See, now it shows 310 black. So I got black coming up. But if I take the move button on top and back it out and kind of go through the pattern, there's a bunch of black down here. So you can see the go size and stuff. That's black there. This is all black here for the rest of the bow. There's black over on the next panel for the cat. And you just zoom back into where you're working. Click on search. And it shows you the next color. Back to 413 again. Or I can go over here and I can do 523. But I think I'll stick with the dark gray for now. Kim says, that's a neat app. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Kim says also, if it's a light pink, mint green, hot cocoa colored creams, dark purple for accent, or chocolate, also raised charcoal. Yeah, absolutely. But it depends on the tone. If you have like an iPad or an iPhone, you can get markup RXP, markup XP, something like that. This is only for Androids. That's why it's on my phone. The tablet I have is like an old workhorse one, and I use it for work, and it's not apps, it's all window based, so I can't even put it on there. But some people have it like on their, what's that Android Fire thing or something like that? Yeah. And it was cheap. And you pay for it once and then you have it. Like you don't have to keep, updating. I think it was like $10 or something. It was really reasonable, really reasonable. And then the thing where I showed you the mock-up, one of those things you can click on is to export the PDF progress. And I export it and I make it a Google Doc in Drive. So then if something goes wrong, you can like import it back and you don't lose your progress. So every few weeks, I just do another one, a fresh import, just in case. I don't have everything in Pattern Keeper, but like I'm doing ornaments and stuff out of magazines, and I have those nice books that have lots of projects in them. So I'm stitching from them. I'm old school. Again, stitching for 30 years. I don't mind a book. I don't mind a magazine. I know I work it out. It's fine. Some people are like, "Oh my God, thank God for Pattern Keeper. I can't even work on paper now." Well, okay, that's you. Good for you. If you like Pattern Keeper or markup or whatever and only use that, great. I happen to like both because it works for me. Oh, and my friend Nicola showed me how to change the color that you're using because for those monochromes, you can actually change the PDF to reflect what you're stitching with, and you can use it to audition to see what it's going to look like, which is cool. So I changed the color. Here, let me show you. I think I showed you guys last week, but I'll show it again. See, before when I did the mock-up of the sewing machine, it just showed up like in gray, but if you go down here and go view mock-up, it now shows in blue because I'm stitching it with 796. So that's handy. Because if you're not sure what color you want, then you can go maybe that one, or oh, maybe I'll try this, or if we want to stitch it in red or something, like whatever. Tim says I prefer a printed paper pattern. It works better for me. Always has. I'm funny that way. See, like if it broke, don't fix it, right? Like yeah. Sometimes I mark up exactly what I'm using. Like maybe it's in a book, maybe it's in a magazine, whatever. It's my book and my magazine. I can mark it up if I want. Periodically, though, I will photocopy it. Just maybe it's a better visual or something. It depends, right? And some of those books I have, particularly that large cross stitch companion one, all of the charts that it shows comes with instructions to make a particular project. Like back at Christmas when I did those felt heart and stocking ornaments with the little cross stitch on it, that's from that book, and it has the pattern for doing the heart and the stocking. It had everything. Gives you dimensions. Cut this big, do this, do this, do this. Voila, project done. There is a strong possibility when this is finished that I will make it a pillow. I am not set on that by any means, though. It's just in the back of my mind at the moment. Because I think it would, for one, I think it would make a cute pillow. It's about the right size. It basically just fills up this 11 by 17 gooseneck. So I don't know. That looks like a decent pillow size. And I have plenty of cute Halloween fabric for the back of it. I would potentially sew a border of Halloween fabric around the outside edge of this too. I think that would be cute. We'll see. Who knows? By the time it's done, might change my mind. Kim says Mona, I made a quilt for a friend, used all pastels, and she wanted 3 shades of pink. It all worked. Used dark purple for accent and border, bound with light beige. She loves it. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty. And Mona says thank you. Everybody always has great ideas. Oops, knotted. Thought that felt funny. Ag, just a minute. Nope, not gonna work. Because it's only one strand and not in the whole thing. Crap. Well, I'm just about done, so we'll just pull it through. It's okay. Sometimes you can pull your knot back and forth enough times. So I'm just going to do these 3 stitches and it'll be fine. There we go. Sometimes it actually pulls out the knot if you do that. No, now it's going to stick. Okay, that's fine. It's basically done. All right, problem solved. Now it's on the back. There, those 3 and those 3. Mark, mark. There we go. That one's going to run through just to be sure. There. My back's not that messy. But this is not an elaborate pattern either. You should see the back of Winter Queen. But I got metallics, I got beads. It's a huge. Bleh. That's why I don't usually look at my backs. It's pointless. Okay, almost cool. Coffee's cold. What time are we at? 9:25. Okay. I think I'm going to switch to doing some green here. I got one more little teeny piece of that dark gray. I can do those hearts right there. And I have a little bit piece of the purple. So let me just fish around in my box for a second. You're going to get a funny view here. 523. I did say to somebody the other day when I was stitching that I got to get a box from the dollar store with a lid. Because I've had this for like 30 years and it's falling apart. It's just this old ratty box. But I'm sure I can think of something better. I just need to go to the dollar store and look around. There's a local one that has really good boxes. They're quite nice and sturdy and they have a good lid. Okay, so this is sort of this muddy, kind of a muddy green. It's down here too. So it kind of goes down the side of that panel. Yes, I put the floss in my mouth. Okay, hang on. Kim's talking about coffee now. Kim says, I tried a new coffee creamer with only 4 ingredients: milk, cream, sugar, and pure vanilla. I love it. It's not overly sweet and no fake ingredients. Oh, that's cool. I put milk. Actually, my husband occasionally gets a richer one because usually we drink 1% milk or, put on cereal or whatever. But this is like 3%. It's not thick like whipped cream, but it's more butterfat. I don't usually have 2 coffees. It's only sometimes in the morning I have 2. Okay, I'm going to go back to the move button and scoot that over a little bit like that so I can see it better. Okay, can you guys see the greens? The symbol is W for that color. So let's go down here. And then I'll probably stop this. Kim says, my dad used his cream and honey in his coffee. I still drink it that way on occasion. I sometimes have that with tea, Kim, although usually it's tea and lemon. But again, that's only sometimes if I feel like I'm, getting a cold or feeling kind of meh, then I have tea and lemon. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Kim. It is going to be cute. Which is why I was kind of leaning toward the pillow idea. I mean, half the time we don't even use the pillows on our couch anyway. But if I'm going to sit there, I'll just move the pillow somewhere else, like whatever. It'll still look cute sitting there over Halloween. There's only like 40 something colors in this. It's not a massive amount of colors. Halloween Night has 105 colors in it. And it's also 40,000 stitches. And that's the small chart. Hang on, I'll get the app back up here and I'll show you the total. Because that's what counts on the side of the app, is what you've done and the percentage and all that. Okay. Okay, I just want to get this down to this row here with next to the black, and then I'll show you 1 second. Because now I'm kind of meeting up with the green that I did on the outside before, so I can do them both together. Eh. Okay, there's that. I probably should have got my needle minder out, then my needle wouldn't flap around, but I forgot to grab one. My sister made me a couple of them with resin. Okay, so over here on this side of the app, can you see that? It shows I've done 48 today. In the settings, I have it set the default. Actually, I believe it resets the count at 4 o'clock in the morning. So total stitches 3,141 out of 21,815, and that is 14.4%. Sorry about the glare, but you can kind of see that. Makes sense? Kim says the 2 snowman patterns I got have 36 colors in one, 18 in the other. I had both patterns with me to get the fuss I needed. That's a good idea. Then you know what you need. Yeah, this one's not that bad. And Yippee-Ki-Yay's got like 8, I think. There's a heck of a lot of 321 red in it, let me tell you. This one's not too bad. I forget. It's like 30 or 40. I don't really remember. If I do view PDF, it might show me. I haven't actually looked at the PDF of this for a long time. So when I get the patterns into Pattern Keeper, I upload them into Google Drive first. And then when you click on in the app here to add a pattern, I just go find it out of Google Drive. And also that helps for saving the PDF down the road too. It just keeps everything in one place. There's the one on the outside now. Mark that one. Whoops, not that one, this one. Those 2 right there. Come on. And a dangle. Are the snowmen like matching, Kim? Supposed to be a set? Like framed together or whatever? Okay. One goes in the corner of the grid square. My voice is going. Oh, there's so much blooming right now. Spring. And this one has one there and one there. Oh, that was my phone going off. Sorry. My notifications. Oops, hang on. I gotta get a knot here. Dangle, dangle, and you look at my arm for a second. My apologies. There's that one. I thought I had it on mute. That was my bad. Okay. And then one down there, right next to that line there. I think one of these panels would probably make a pretty good bookmark. It would be a little wide, but it would probably work. And I think I'll do this one right here, and then that's it. Because there's loads more that go farther down. Let's see here. Let's mark this one, and this one, and this one, and that one, but I haven't marked it. I'm just doing it. Now we'll go back to move. Yeah, there's a load of them go all the way down there. So I'm only going to do that one on that edge right there. It doesn't touch the edge of the panel. There's the, oh, I don't know, that might be the recycling guys. Hear that noisy truck out there. Mark. There. I'm surprised the dogs aren't at the window. They're stealing our stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah. Kim says no, two different patterns. One with red truck, the other is a snowman in a Christmas tree. Both bright colors. Oh, okay. Got it. You just thought they were cute. Okay. So just for the heck of it, let's have a look at the PDF here and see what it tells me. View PDF. So when you do view PDF, it gives you the mock-up, and then it gives you like what it kind of looks like as a chart, and then it gives you all the particulars. Stitches are 176 by 152. Doesn't actually give me the number of colors, but hold on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 24. Tidy Patterns. That's where it's from. Copyright Tidy Patterns 2025. So I bet if you looked at up Tidy Patterns online, and the design is HAL 30. That's their code, I guess, from their company. So, and it was just, download the PDF right after you buy it. Hang on, I got something in the Quilters Challenge here. What's going on? Everyone's talking about it today because I'll. Okay. All right. So far so good. So you will see more at the end of the month when I do the floss tube video, and I'll probably have the bulk of this in like down there done. We'll see how far I get on Monday. So anybody that's seeing this video has kind of a sneak peek of what this is going to look like, but there will be something different because I am going to use some, at least more black. Maybe I'll just finish up the web and start the bow on that side or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I've been nearly on for an hour, so I don't want to waste your time anymore on a busy Friday. And I'll come up with something for 2 weeks from now. Might be back to quilting. We'll see how everything goes and what I accomplish in the next 2 weeks. Put that back. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. And anybody who watches this replay later on. I hope that everything was stable enough, even though I did bump it a couple times. That's not a terrible view, really. I could do this again. Plenty of space on the laptop for the table. I think it works. If you're watching the replay later, give me some feedback, please, just to make sure. I'm decently happy with that. Oh, there's... Sorry, Quilter's Challenge again. Okay. Kim says, thank you for keeping me company. It's been wonderful. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Kim. Back to you too. Have fun with sewing your Hunter Star. I hope I can see what it looks like someday. You can just take a picture and send it to me via email if you want. My Gmail's in the main part of my channel. Now you've talked about it so much and we've discussed it, I'm like, oh, I really want to see that. I love seeing what everyone's doing. And not everybody has a channel that they show stuff on. So, it makes it harder. All right. So I'm going to kill this off for now. Thank you for joining me, ladies. Thank you, everybody, for later on. I hope you all have an excellent weekend. And I will see you all around at some other point. Take care, everybody. Bye.